Hi, I'm Ron Maspierski, manager here at 5 Star Lanes. Welcome to Bowling Showcase.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Bowling Showcase, the only show to bring you everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world, Metro Detroit. I'm your host, Mark Martin. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I'm happy you took time out of your busy holiday season to tune in and watch us. I'd also like to thank our host center for this episode, 5 Star Lanes in Sterling Heights. Now later on in the show, we're going to take a look around this center and hear about all they have to offer, including during the holiday season. It's been a busy and an exciting time in MD USBC and right here at Bowling Showcase. We hope you've enjoyed the excitement of our Youth Challenge Tournament series of episodes. We'd like to thank all the bowling centers, coaches, family members, and friends who came out to cheer on the bowlers. It was fun, exciting, and highly competitive series of matches. Now we'd like to congratulate the youth teams from Mayflower Lanes, Cherry Hill Lanes North, Marybowl, and our champions, Oak Lanes. It was a real pleasure watching our youth bowlers compete with such enthusiasm, skill, teamwork, competitiveness, and in the end, good sportsmanship. What great ambassadors for our sport. So sticking with the theme of youth bowling, let's head on over to Wayne Bowl in Wayne and take a quick look at the competition of the 2017 MD USBC Youth Championship right here on Bowling Showcase.
This is our Metro Detroit USBC Youth Championship. This is a tournament for bowlers of all youth ages, all skill levels. We have various divisions, handicap and scratch divisions for all age groups. The tournament runs for 5 weekends, 3 squads a day, and at the end of the tournament, the bowlers with the highest scores receive awards and scholarship points. Some of these bowlers have bowled in this event for many years. For some of them, this is their first time ever bowling in a tournament. For many of these kids, it's their first tournament competition. Some of them have seen their older brothers and sisters compete in this event before, and they can't wait to do it themselves. It's a line we often repeat, but it's very true that the youth are the future of our sport. So it is very important for us to get the youth involved in events like this. Let them come out and have fun and possibly win some scholarship points. If you have children who are involved in USBC certified competition, be sure to talk to their coaches about bringing them here next year.
Congratulations to all the youth bowlers who are participating in this year's event. As we always say, the youth are the future of the sport, and the sport of bowling looks to be in good hands. Hopefully these youth will continue to have that lifelong love of the game and continue to compete throughout their adult lives, much like the participants of our next story, who after many years of bowling are still competing at the highest levels of our sport. So let's take a look at these seasoned bowlers, the Super Senior Masters from Hazel Park Bowl. Hazel Park Bowl in Hazel Park was the setting for the MD USBC Super Senior Masters Tournament, with bowlers over the age of 60 battling it out for the $1,200 top prize. Harry Sullins of Chesterfield, he was the top qualifier with a 5-game total of 1171. He remained in the winner's bracket with victories over Lenny Kirsten of Clarkston, 215 to 192, Mitch Chivzinski of Novi, 223 to 170, defending champion Bob Mishaw of Detroit, 225 to 171, and Rick Fatone of Tecumseh, Ontario, 216 to 166. He then had to wait for his final opponent to emerge from the loser's bracket. Rick Fatone qualified 6th with 1058. He beat Bill Nyman of Warren, 256 to 180, Carl Harden of Livonia 191 to 183, and Ed Ostrang of Waterford 258 to 179 before losing to Sullins. Once in the losers bracket, he beat Dave Eatman of Ferndale 204 to 167 for the opportunity to avenge that earlier loss. For Vitone to take home the title on this day, he faced the daunting task of having to beat Sullins not once, but twice. Sullins, who had bowled consistently all day, continued with his winning ways. Making every shot count, he took over the match and never looked back, beating Vitone 223 to 189 to take home the title of Super Senior Masters champion.
I feel, fortunate. Yeah, it's a USBC sanctioned tournament, Metro Detroit, and I always love to win, and hopefully there's more ahead before I get too old.
In a special competition for non-qualifiers over the age of 70, Dave Bernhardt of Romeo won that competition 258 to 195 over Nick Beelard of Windsor.
Well, it's been a long process. I'm almost ready to quit bowling because I've been bowling so bad for the last couple of years, especially this last year. I didn't know how it was going to work out, but obviously it worked out pretty good, and I'm really happy. And I want to thank Hank and Dell and the rest of the people. So.
Congratulations to Super Senior Masters champion Harry Sullins on his impressive performance. And also congratulations to Dave Bernhardt for winning that special competition for non-qualifiers over the age of 70. Now, if you want to see the final 3 rounds of competition from the Super Senior Masters, every shot, every frame, you can find that video on our Bowling Showcase YouTube channel or at mdusbc.com under competition videos. It's time for us to take a little break, but stick around and we'll be right back with more bowling action right here on Bowling Showcase.
We've won a lot of professional tournaments. We've won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
The Bowling Centers Association of Michigan is a nonprofit trade organization that protects, promotes, and advances the interest of its members and member centers. It is the only association in Michigan affiliated with the Bowling Proprietors Association of America. Benefits include group purchasing programs, tournaments, annual convention and trade show, education seminars, and legislative representation. Interested in becoming a member? Contact Bo Gergen at 989-600-0992 or visit mibowl.com. The Michigan State USBC Bowling Association provides tournament competition to all levels of bowlers. Competition includes the Michigan State Open Championships at Fairlanes in Granville and Westgate in Comstock Park. The State Masters and Senior Masters will be at Astro Lanes in Madison Heights. Visit mistatebowl.com for entries for these tournaments and more information. Okay, I'm here with Ron Raspierski, the manager at 5 Star Lanes. Ron, thanks for having us this month on Bowling Showcase.
Well, thank you for coming to 5 Star Lanes.
You know, 5 Star's been around for 40-some years, right? Or close to 40 years.
Yeah, we opened our doors in 1978.
So you'll have an anniversary party, I'm assuming, in 2018.
Yeah, probably a big one, I'm sure. I just got to talk to the owners about it first.
That's right. So the holidays are coming up. The Christmas holidays are coming up. What kind of things have you got going on between Christmas and New Year's?
Oh, probably we got a lot of company and corporate events. We're going to be having a lot of parties are scheduled right now because we can offer a full, wide variety of foods. You know, our restaurant offers soups, salads, chili, oven-baked grinders, along with probably the best pizza that you've ever had. And so a lot of company and corporate events are being scheduled here right now as we speak.
Okay. So New Year's Eve is always a special time for everybody. but you've got kind of like a family thing going on and an adult thing going on too. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we have our regular moonlight doubles, which will be held about 9:30 at night, which will have a full buffet dinner, 3 meats, mastacholi, the whole works. Then you'll have moonlight doubles afterwards with all your normal moonlight doubles things and a special toast at midnight. But if you want to go out earlier, we can also have the bring your kids out, and you can have a good time with the family. We have different packages available for the families.
So your packages on New Year's Eve, you've got your moonlight doubles like you were talking about, and then you've got your family packages from earlier in the day, you know, in the early evening or late afternoon, so families can come in and bring their kids in and have, it's all inclusive, right? I mean, pizza, pop, bowling.
Correct. We offer a package from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and we offer another package from 9 to midnight. If you want to bring your kids down, we offer the full 2 hours of bowling, 4 hours of bowling, different size packages for whatever your needs. We can fulfill all of them and have a good time with the kids before New Year's Eve, and then come on back here for the moonlight doubles.
And you've got a great restaurant here at 5 Star.
Yes, we do.
You serve a lot of great food. So tell us about some of the selections that people don't know about at home.
Now, normally when you think about bowling alley fare, you think of the fried foods, but we offer homemade soups. We have chili, oven-baked grinders. We have the best pizza you've ever heard of right here at 5 Star Lanes. Everything's homemade.
Okay, so a lot of your business is based on leagues here at 5 Star. So tell me how that's been a successful platform for you here at the center.
Well, our owners, the Moseris, pride themselves in having a clean facility, great lane conditions, a good place to be in, to just have your leagues. Our leagues have been here for a number of years. We have leagues that have been here since close to when we opened, and we get some new leagues in every year as well. And once they get here, they seem to want to stay, and the ones that do occasionally leave, they get a lot of them that come back as well. So if you're ever in the area of Sterling Heights and you want to come by and see 5 Star Lanes for yourself, come on in. We'd like to have you. Maybe we'll have some open lanes available for you to throw a few games, and come on by.
Well, Ron, thank you very much for having us here on Bowling Showcase this month. 5 Star's been a great member of the bowling community here in the Metro Detroit area, and we appreciate all your support, and good luck in the future.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Now it's time to learn how to master your game and compete with confidence with Alita Sills Bowling Worlds and YourBowlingCoach.com USBC Gold Coach Michelle Mullen.
So bowling is a game of power and repetition, and as we saw back in the first tip of the season, we talked about how the swing, developing a nice loose arm swing, is the key to your consistency in repeating shots. But now we're going to take a look at how your lower body functions to add power and leverage into your finish. So when we take a look at Ryan's shots in the finish position, I want you to use the analogy of a clock. So 12 o'clock is in front of me, and 6 o'clock would be directly behind me. So when we take a look at his finish positions, we're going to kind of take notice of where his back foot is in relationship to this clock. All right, so let's take a look at Ryan in a balanced position at the foul line, which is good. Rather than falling off the shot, he's going to be able to hold his position at the end. Good, so you'll see Ryan balanced there, foot about 6'30", shoulders a little bit forward, but it was good because he was balanced. Now we're going to take a look at a better finish position where Ryan has his foot a little bit further over on the clock, his hips are going to be lower, a little bit more knee bend, and his shoulders will be upright. Better. See, his foot is further over on the clock, around 7:30, and that got him a little bit better leverage at the line. Now we're going to take a look at the best finish position. We're going to notice that Ryan's foot is over at about 8:30. His laces of his right shoe are going to be tucked to the floor, and that's going to give him his deepest knee bend. His hips are going to be nice and low. His shoulders are going to be up, back further over his body. Excellent. Some of that is a function of your strength and flexibility, but it certainly is more exertion to get into that position than the first position. There is a myth I'd like to dispel about the shoulders when we're bowling. While we don't want to drop the shoulders forward, we do want to allow the shoulder to drop when we're actually delivering the ball. If we look back in time and we look at Hall of Famers from years past when the balls didn't hook so much, you would in fact see very parallel shoulders and the foot, straight back, let's say at 6 o'clock. That would be a typical Hall of Fame shot many, many years ago. But with today's equipment that hooks so much, bowlers need a lot more leverage, and that's where you see that foot get over, and to be able to do that, you'll see that shoulder drop and that ball just falls nice and close to the ankle, and the player can project it a lot more before it hooks back to the pocket. A lot of people try to figure out how to get low at the foul line, and they think about their slide knee or they think about their shoulders. And really, how you get low at the end is a function of what your trail leg does. So your trail leg does 3 things for you. It provides a slot for the swing to stay in line under your shoulder. Like we just saw with Ryan, it helps you balance. And finally, it helps create more power, get a little zip through the follow-through. So focus more on what your back leg does, and it takes care of your entire finish position to make it stronger and more leveraged. It's been a privilege to help you with these tips. I would love to help you more. You can visit yourbowlingcoach.com for more information on my books or to schedule your private lesson.
Thanks, Michelle. We'll bring you coaching tips and techniques every month here on Bowling Showcase. So keep watching to improve your game. It's time to head over to Hazel Park Bowl and take a peek in on the MD USBC Mixed Tournament right now on Bowling Showcase. Hazel Park Bowl in Hazel Park was once again the host of the popular MD USBC Mixed Tournament. This tournament, which began in October and ended last month, was open to all USBC members. It's a 4-person team event, 2 men and 2 women on a team with optional doubles. The Bowling Showcase cameras were there on one of the busiest squads of the tournament. On this Saturday night, the lanes were full, and many of these bowlers were organized by one very special organizer who's doing all she can to make this year's event a huge success.
Basically, we made a flyer promoting the tournament, attach it to the entry forms, pass it around to all the leagues that I help out between the 2 bowling centers, which is Hazel Park Bowl and Harbor Lanes. I'm very lucky. I have a loyal following from the HSC tournament, which is the Hamtramck Singles Classic that we run here at Hazel Park Bowl, and they were very supportive. I knew I could get my locals, my gentlemen who hang out with me every weekend from January to July to participate and bring everybody in. And here I did. I hit the high number so far of the tournament.
The mixed tournament is a favorite among MD USBC members because men and women bowling together and their varying skill levels means a whole lot of fun for everyone involved.
I have a very diverse group of bowlers here tonight, from high averages to low averages, females from all ranges, males from all ranges.
The mixed tournament offers a unique way to have fun, test your skill, and just hang out with friends and enjoy bowling.
The reason you want to do this, it is a fun night. We got a lot of drink specials going. You get to meet some new people, maybe travel to tournaments with them, different atmosphere, learn a new house, and might get you interested in tournaments like our Hamtramck Singles Classic.
The mixed tournament sure looks like a good time. If you didn't get a chance to participate in it this year, make sure to keep your eyes and ears open for next season and join in on the fun. Now it's time for another commercial break. We'll be right back with the MD USBC Women's Series and the Michigan State Youth Masters, all coming up next on Bowling Showcase. The Michigan State USBC Women's Bowling Association provides recognition and tournament competition to all levels of women bowlers. Competition includes the Women's State Tournament, this year in Waterford, the State Queens in Mount Pleasant, and the Midwest Women's Tournament in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Recognition includes first-time 300 game and first-time 6, 7, and 800 series. Visit MichiganWBA.com for entries for these tournaments and more information on women's bowling. Metro Detroit USBC, your source for everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world. We support USBC certified league and tournament competition. We provide 11 tournaments for all members of our association, including men, women, youth, seniors, scratch, and handicap competition. The top reasons for belonging to the Metro Detroit USBC are having your average recognized, bonding of league funds, rules of the game, assistance in resolving league issues, equipment standards of the game, charities, and awards. Visit us at mdusbc.com. Welcome back. One of the highlights of every MD USBC season is the season-long Women's Series. It's 5 events, with all bowlers in each event earning cup points. Now at the end of the season, the top 15 point earners compete in the RIP 10 Invitational, and a Series Cup winner is crowned. The Women's Series is always highly competitive, with the best women bowlers participating. So here we go. Let's take a look at the first Women's Series event of the season from Mayflower Lanes in Redford, right here on Bowling Showcase. The first Women's Series event of the new season was held at Mayflower Lanes in Redford. This was the first of 5 Women's Series events for the season and open to any woman bowler. 42 women bowled in the 4-game qualifying round, with the top 12 moving on to match play. The day's top qualifier was Lisa Bishop of Redford with 950 on games of 246, 300, 180, and 224. Last month's Baker doubles winner Ashley Denard of Southfield qualified 10th with 831. Now in match play, she beat Katie Bishop of Westland 223 to 175. Second qualifier, Jody Westner of Oregon, Ohio, 200 to 191, and Darlene Dysart of Southfield, 246 to 185 to advance to the finals. Perennial Women's Series standout Robin Orlikowski of Grand Rapids qualified 4th with 875. She was seeded into the second round, where she beat newcomer Alexis Kennedy of Brownstown, 216 to 132, and Sarah Doro of Midland, 255 to 204 on her way to the finals. The finals was everything one could expect, with Denard and Orlikowski on their game. Pins were flying, and both competitors were virtually striking at will until Orlikowski left a 5-pin in the 9th frame, which she converted. Denard then stepped up in the 10th frame and struck out to seal the match and the title, 247 to 226. Congratulations to Ashley Denard on her victory in this season's first Women's Series event. Looks like we're in for another highly competitive season. For our last story of this episode, let's jump on over to Airport Lanes in Jackson and see some of the best youth bowlers this state has to offer. The 2017 Michigan State Youth Masters, right here on Bowling Showcase. The Michigan State Youth Masters took place November 18th and 19th at Airport Lanes in Jackson. This 2-day event brings together some of the best statewide youth bowlers to participate in 8 games of qualifying, followed by 2-game double elimination match play. 45 male youth bowlers and 28 female youth bowlers started the competition on Saturday. Brendan Gossman of Martin led the male qualifying with a 8-game score of 1771, an average of 221.4. Gossman was 104 pins ahead of second place. However, it was Ryan Reed of Farmington Hills whose consistency propelled him through the winner's bracket. He qualified 5th with 1575, then rattled off wins against Hunter Valad of Flint, 334 to 315, Thomas Trika of Owasso, 347 to 339, Blake Lindsay of Sturgis, 337 to 314, and finally James Ruoff of Battle Creek, 418 to 350, to seat himself firmly into the championship match. Ruoff qualified 14th and ran off an impressive run of wins himself before being beat by Reed. Once in the loser's bracket, he beat Thomas Trika 367 to 356 to earn his spot in the finals against Reed. Ruoff went into the final match determined to pay back Reed for that earlier loss. Playing the lane expertly, he came at Reed with everything he had and beat him in the first game, 197 to 189. But in the second game, Reed won 190 to 165, giving him the title, 379 to 362.
Just tried to make my spares, ended up going 5-0. Just try to stay positive even when times were tough. Had a couple games where I was down the first match, fought back, and got him in the second.
On the female side, Christina Schurman of Grand Rapids led with 16-14, an average of 201.7. Now her qualifying score was 90 pins better than the second place qualifier as she headed into match play with quiet confidence. Schurman won her first two matches over Ashley Kribbe of Sterling Heights 348 to 319 and Barbara Hawes of Flint 400 to 261 before falling to Samantha Flack of Saline 354 to 305. She climbed out of the losers bracket with a victory over Stephanie Schalk of Roseville 407 to 347. Samantha Flack qualified 7th with 1396 and proceeded to beat Cheyenne Washington of Pontiac 334 to 333, Mackenzie Johnson of Jackson 367 to 363, Taylor McBride of White Lake 357 to 296, and Schurman to remain in the winners bracket. The championship match was now set with Christina Schurman taking on Samantha Flack for the title. Schurman prevailed in the first match 423 to 332 to force a decisive final match. Fighting through fatigue and pain, both ladies put in their best effort. In the end, it seemed that Schurman had just a little bit more left in the tank and finally beat Flack in the second match 346 to 323 to earn the championship title.
It felt really good. I mean, I'm really tired. It was a lot of games to bowl, but I feel good.
Congratulations to State Youth Masters champions Ryan Reed and Christina Schurman. Now we'll be looking forward to following your future bowling endeavors. We've come to the end of another episode. I'd like to wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season. And remember, starting in January, the return of the Adult Challenge. Watch as 16 teams from various bowling centers battle it out in the third season of our Challenge edition. Boy, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it all starts January 6th on Bowling Showcase. Remember, you can send us comments or contact us at BowlingShowcase@gmail.com or join our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Now, you can watch rebroadcasts of this show and more at mdusbc.com. Thanks for watching and happy holidays. I'm Mark Martin, and we'll see you next time on Bowling Showcase.